doing out there? This is Gary Bledsoe. Hey Periscope, how you doing? This is Facebook Live. How you doing? I'm going to be directing myself to the Facebook Live here, but you people on Periscope, you definitely can enjoy what I'm going to train on or to talk to you about or give you some motivation, some inspiration on. The other day, well, actually yesterday, but you know what? Let me give you guys a few minutes to get on. If you want, as I told you yesterday, I like to talk with my hands, so you'll see me talking with my hands all the time because this is an extension of what I'm saying. But I just want to thank everybody for getting on. If you're on this right now live, if you feel like what I'm going to tell you and I'm going to talk to you about is going to give you some value, please, by all means, if you're on Facebook, tag somebody. If you're on Twitter, retweet this and send it to somebody, share it with someone that may get value from this because, like I said yesterday, a lot of you guys out there, you never know what kind of motivation that you're going to need in order for you to get yourself up and going and doing what you need to do to grow your home business, maybe to grow your life, maybe to grow your lifestyle. I don't really like to say the word grow your lifestyle. I like to say design your life because I believe that growing your lifestyle is like growing, a garden. But if you design a garden, that makes a lot more sense. So if you can, just hit me up with a couple of likes out there. If you're out there watching and you can hear me okay, if you can also type in where you where you're watching this from. If you also want, you can definitely like I said, just share it with somebody, speak to somebody. And if you want more information and you really like what I'm saying, please, if you're on Facebook, make sure you go up to the top, up to the following button, and make sure you get where it says, get all the notifications for the live, so that way you can never miss a live. Because my job is to make sure I give you as much information, much motivation, as much as I can to make you be a better you. Because that's my job. I want you to be a better you. I want you to be a better person because that's my part in the world, to be able to help you. So if you want to go ahead and do that, I appreciate it. And remember, I told you guys via Facebook, and for people that's on Twitter right now and Periscope right now, if you go to Gary and Lynette Bledsoe, if you go there on Facebook, you can be able to watch our live training that we're going to have on Sunday I think it's 7 p.m. Central in U.S. time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to give you some PowerPoint training, some video training, some stuff that really is going to help motivate you. Some more how-to stuff, less motivation, less rah-rah. Like you guys sometimes don't like the rah-rah. Give me the rah-rah. I need the why. I need the motivation. I need the inspiration, because if I'm not motivated to do something, you can give me all the how in the world, and I really wouldn't care about the how. So just want to let you guys out there know that, about that. Feel free to join us, Periscope. I'll try to see if I can integrate you guys in there some kind of way, but I know a little bit more about what to do on Facebook Live than I do as far as Periscope, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can get you in there some kind of way. And just to let you guys know that one of the courses that I'm taking right now is it's called Straight Outta FB Live by a very powerful gentleman named Stephen Rachel. He put together this training, and I'm learning a lot from it. If you want to know more about how you can get a copy of that, please feel free to go to whoisgarybledsoe.com/FB Live Success. Make sure you go there now. If you didn't get that link and you can't rewind this, feel free to hit me in the comments. Say, hey, can you repeat that link again? And I'm glad to give it to you. I'm learning a lot about how to get this Facebook Live up and pumping. Get this thing out there. So I just, a little bit of PR right now, a little bit of announcements just to let you guys know, especially about the trainings that we're going to do on Sundays, which is going to be very powerful. Let you know that we definitely get all the notifications for this Periscope, get the notifications for this live. Make sure you get all the notifications, because we're going to hit you with a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration. 2017, I'm telling you, it's going to be a better year. if you want it to be a better year. But it's up to you. You got to be the one that's going to plug in. You got to be the one that's going to be out there and to make the commitment. You're going to got to be the one that's going to do it. So with tonight's episode, lesson, show, whatever you want to call it tonight, first let me just give you a little bit about me first. So in case you don't know, if you haven't visited whoisgarybledsoe.com yet, please feel free to go there, LynetteBledsoe.net. As you can hear, I have a New York City accent. Yes, I'm from New York City, the Bronx to be exact. I lived in the Bronx for so many years. I'm not going to tell you how many years. Hopefully I look a lot younger than I really am. I wound up getting my first job as a New York City correction officer, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I loved the job. It was a great job. I had met some of the best people in the world at that job, and I'm still friends with a lot of them to this day. But one of the things that I did was I decided that I needed to do something different in my life. I needed to become a business owner. So I was working a place I didn't want to work, and I wound up listening to this guy talking to another officer about making money and having your own business. And the other guy wasn't listening. And guess what? I was listening. So I went over to him and I said, excuse me, sir. Can you teach me what you know? Lo and behold, that began my entrepreneurial spirit. That began my entrepreneurial. And I just went out there, and me and my wife did some phenomenal things. We've been co-authors in books. I spoke on stages around the country. I've helped a lot of people. I created an array of training products to try to help as many people get motivated, inspired, because I understand that when you have that that why, that how shows up. When you have that motivation of why you need to do something, that how shows up. When you have that vision that pulls you, that how will show up. But that how can show up. But if you don't have that vision pulling you, you don't have that why of why you want to do something, that blueprint of what it is that you want to really do and why you want to do it, you ain't going to do it. So I just wanted to share a little bit about my background. And my life has never been the same ever since. I've been just growing and just helping as many people as I can. And now with these platforms right here, with you, Twitter, and you, Facebook Live, I'm just growing. I'm able to touch more people. And if you're on Facebook and you're watching this live, please make sure you get us a like, give us a like up there. And at Twitter, make sure you give us a like down there. Retweet, whatever it is you gotta do. Facebook, hit those buttons. Let's get it on, get it out there. But on yesterday, I spoke to you guys about being in a competitive mind versus being a creative mind. I said that you guys need to be in a creative mind and less in a competitive mind. But I want to correct myself on that. And what I mean by being in a creative mind, I mean an unhealthy creative mind. An unhealthy competitive mind. An unhealthy competitor. Because sometimes competition is really good, especially if you're really trying to go for that promotion and you're out there and you give it your all. If you're playing a game of sports and you're trying to make sure you win it. Sometimes having a healthy competitive mindset will make you win the game. So it's nothing wrong with having a healthy mindset. But when you have an unhealthy competitive mindset, that's when you're dangerous. That's when you really are becoming self-destructive. You are really hurting yourself. And I'm going to give you 8 reasons, 8 differences, 8 knowledges, or whatever you want to call it, of why being in a creative mindset is better than being in an unhealthy competitive mindset. See, when you're in an unhealthy, I did a really powerful video on this. I remember some years ago, I did a very powerful video on the differences between the creative mindset and the competitive mindset. You can probably find that on YouTube. If you need any information about that, ask for the link inside the comment section. I'll gladly give it to you. Or you can go to my website, Who is Gary Bledsoe. Subscribe. I don't like to say the word subscribe. Just put your information in because you want some updates from me. Let's look at it like that. But the first thing that having an uncompetitive mindset will give you is lack. When you're in an unhealthy competitive mindset, you know what you always see? You're always gonna see lack. You're going to always see lack of. There's a lack of this. There's a lack of that. No, no, it's not no, it's a lack of. I can't. Then you start, number two, you start seeing limits. So now you start combining the words and you start saying, I see there's a lack of this. It's limited here, limited there. There's a lack of it there. Then number three, you start having the next thing. You call it the less than. Then you start combining all three and you say, it's a lack of this, I'm limited there, and then this is less than that. See, when you have an unhealthy mindset, you're constantly believing that there is not enough for you. You're constantly believing that you have limitations, that you are limited in your ability. Then what happens is you start believing that you're less than. You're less than things. You're not good enough. You start believing it. I'm actually jumping ahead of myself. The next one was 4 was not good enough. You start believing you're not good enough. So you start combining all of these words. You start combining lack of, limits, less than, not good enough. What kind of mindset is that to be? Every day you wake up feeling not good enough that you can make it. Every day you wake up feeling that you're less than someone else or you're less than something else. Every day you wake up, you feel like you're limited. You can't go on. And then every day you wake up, you feel like there's a lack of. There's a lack of money. There's a lack of whatever it is that you want. Then you start getting into number 5. You start seeing scarcity. Scarcity is created from all these other things that I just told you. You have a scarcity. There's scarcity mindset. Oh my gosh. There's not going to be enough for me, so I got to hurry up and get it. I got to go. That's what an unhealthy competitive mindset gives you. There's also some results of having an unhealthy competitive mindset. What results comes from it is it creates hostility. It creates anger in everything you do. I'm going to give you some examples of it. For example, let me give you an example. You're working at a job. You're very confident. You're happy about this job. You're really trying to go far. You're really trying to move up. So you give your best every day. You come in every day. You try to do the right thing. But then there's coworker B. Your coworker A and coworker B is there. Now, coworker B has an unhealthy competitive mindset. So every time they see you do something and you give your all, they start getting angry because they feel like you may take what they want. You may get that promotion over them. So they start seeing lack of. They start seeing limits. They start seeing themselves as less than. They start feeling like they're not good enough. They start getting into a scarcity mindset, not understanding that, yes, that opportunity may close for them because it may go to you, but there may be another opportunity for them. So guess what happened? They start becoming hostile towards you. They start becoming angry towards you. They start doing things that are crazy. And I'm going to get into the next ones. They start developing an anxiety. They start having some stress, anxiety and stress. And the final thing what happened, a final thing that it does, a knowledge that it gives you, that a thing that a characteristic, whatever you want to call it, it makes you start losing morals and start losing some ethics. And you start doing things that you wouldn't normally do, like maybe sabotaging their work or something like that. Doing some crazy stuff, trying to get them in trouble, all because they decided to give 110% of themselves, but because you were in a unhealthy competitive mindset, instead of you doing what they're doing and trying to do the exact same thing, you decided that you was going to sit back and you was going to be thinking in a lack of mindset, a scarcity mindset, a limited mindset, a lack of mindset, a less than mindset, a not good enough mindset. So you decided to be angry and hostile towards them. You decided to have high anxiety and high stress. That is not good for you, my friend. That is not good for them, my friend. So let me tell you why you need to be in a creative mindset. See, a creative mindset is the total opposite of an unhealthy competitive mindset. Some people call an unhealthy competitive mindset a comparison mindset. I know, a quick story. I know when I was a lot younger, I remember going to the gym. I used to always want to be big, go to the gym, be all strong and everything, go to the gym. And when I used to go to the gym, I remember being in there and I'm standing next to the big muscle guy. And I'm lifting the weights and I'm looking at him and I'm like, I will never be like him. Unhealthy competitive mindset. And I was like, I will never be big like him. I'm never going to be big like him. So my workouts started becoming very weak. My exercising routine started becoming scarce. I started getting like, I'm not going to go because why go? This guy's going to be bigger than me. Why should I go? But the actual nanosecond that I jumped into the creative mindset and got out of the unhealthy competitive mindset, I started seeing myself grow. I started seeing my gains. I started seeing my arms get bigger, my chest get bigger. I started feeling better about myself. Because guess what? Instead of thinking of lack that the unhealthy competitive mindset gives you, I started thinking of full. I started saying, hey, there's no lack of. There's only fullness. I only see fullness. That's all I see is fullness. Instead of seeing limits and limited, I started seeing limitless. I started saying, you know what? That guy might be bigger than me now, but if I keep working out, maybe one day he might stop working out and I'll just keep getting bigger. I saw that. Then I said, wait a minute. This guy has the less than mentality because he's in a competitive mindset. The old Gary is in a competitive mindset, unhealthy competitive mindset, but the new Gary, he sees not less than, he sees more of. He sees more of. I see more of something. More than. Instead of less than, I see more than. I got the symbol, you know, them those more than, less than. I got that symbol. I got more than. This is more than that. I got the more than symbol. Then, when I kept being in a creative mindset, I saw more than good enough instead of not good enough. You are good enough. I felt good. I was like, I'm more than good enough for this. I could do this. I didn't see the not good enough. Then I started seeing abundance versus scarcity. Wow, powerful. I started seeing abundance versus scarcity. I started seeing that how great it was to have to be abundant. It felt so good. So what happened when I started becoming more in a creative mindset? What was the results of thinking full, thinking more than good enough, being abundant, being limitless? What happened? I started experiencing joy and love. Joy in the idea that I loved myself no matter what. That I loved my actions. I loved my activity. I loved what I was doing. I loved what I was putting into it. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. Because being in a creative mindset, you start seeing possibilities. You see possibilities. You see opportunities. See, when you're in an unhealthy competitive mindset, you see nothing but anxiety and stress. That's it. See, now that person that's working, person B, that's at the job where person A is excelling, person B could have actually jumped into the creative mindset and say, hey, that person might shine in that area, but you know what? I'm going to try to shine in this area. Or I'm going to try to shine in the same area and let's see what happens. Let's see, hopefully, I can add value to what's going on. Maybe they might make a team for us. Maybe we might be both team and be equal. See, that's possibilities and opportunities. Then the next thing that happens to the person who's in the creative mindset, they have a higher self-esteem. They walk with their head up, shoulders back, feeling strong, feeling good about themselves. Well, that is a result of that. So tell me, what would you rather be? This side is going to be the unhealthy side, competitive side. This side is going to be the creative side. Let's look at what happens. Lack, full, limits, limitless, Less than, more than. Not good enough, good enough. Scarcity, abundance. Hostility and anger, joy and love. Anxiety, possibilities. Stress, opportunities. Loss of moral and ethics, high self-esteem. Which side looks better for you? Which side is more better for you? So if you're out there trying to grow a home business, and the reason why I went into all these other places and I spoke in all these other comparisons is because I want you as a home business owner to think about it. If you want your home business to grow, do you honestly believe that being on this side, being an unhealthy competitive side, is going to help you grow? Do you honestly believe that? You know, it's so funny. I had a talk with a young lady today and her mother. I had a talk with a young lady and her mother today. And I try to kind of tell this young lady that the things that her mother is correcting her on is out of love. Because her mother wants her to be on the creative side. She doesn't want her to be on the unhealthy competitive side. So her mother spent a lot of time in the unhealthy competitive side when she was young. And she told her, that is not the place you want to be. You want to go here. So what do you think should happen? The young girl should make the decision to jump on the creative side. So that way she cannot make the mistakes her mother made. I tell you that, business owner, because I made a lot of mistakes because I jumped in the unhealthy competitive life. I wanted to win those contests. I wanted to go on the next trip. I wanted to do so. Sometimes I would do things that I shouldn't have done. But then I realized, guess what? That's unhealthy. That's unhealthy competition. I want to be in the creative mindset. So the second I jumped in the creative mindset, guess what happened? I started creating. And when I started creating, I started helping. I started bringing value to people. And then guess what? People exchange money. They exchange cash. They exchange hugs. They exchange kisses. They exchange whatever. Thanking me. Thanks. They exchange all these different things because I decided to create to bring value to people, to bring helpfulness to people, to bring fullness to people, to bring abundance to people. So I just want to just tell you guys this. I hope this is helping you. Like I said, once again, please share it with somebody, tag somebody in this, comment below if this really is helping you. I hope it is, because I'm going to tell you right now, when you jump into the creative mindset, your life will change. Your life will be never, ever the same again. And I know I probably sounded weird when I said that, but your life will never be the same again when you jump in the creative mindset. So I'm going to tell you right now, jump into the creative mindset. Get yourself out of the unhealthy competitive mindset. Have a great evening, my friend. I thank you all for watching this video. If you're watching it live now, or if you're going to watch it live later, I appreciate it. Retweet. Once again, my name is Gary Bledsoe. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you. I love you all. And guess where I'm going to see each and every one of you? In the creative mindset. At the top, baby. See you.